Hey everyone, good evening. I'm really happy to be back on my own channel. And the past few days have been really very special for me. I consider generally each day of my life to be special because you will never get back each day that is gone. And also, life is so short. So, for me, there is no reason why you should not be happy in the present moment, right? I hear of news of people dying, people who are close to me, and it's a shock. It's a shock because it makes you ponder over the fact that ultimately you yourself you're going to leave one day and you don't know when that day is. It might be tomorrow, it might be in 1 week, in 1 month, in years, or in decades. We don't know. So for me, it's very simple. We don't have the right to postpone life. We have to fully enjoy, optimize, and be grateful for what we have today. But I'm digressing. What I really wanted to talk about is I think I have talked about that previously, but this is something that is so important, and I keep thinking about that every day. I hope that my microphone is not like producing any odd little technical glitch. Anyways, so I don't know, some people seem to be really afraid of growing older or growing up. And I find it extremely beautiful growing older because when I compare myself when I was a teenager, I think most of us as teenagers, we were very, very, very concerned with what people thought about us. And I never really went through that peer pressure kind of thing where I felt like I had to copy certain people or be like certain people in order for them to like me. I was very blessed. I had good friends, close friends, and also some pretty toxic friends, but I didn't feel that pressure. But it's only now, growing older, becoming more mature and wise, that I feel like a certain relief off my shoulders, in the sense that I don't feel like impressing people. It's not that I don't want to look good, but I don't do it for people. There are times when I will go totally glamorous, high maintenance, makeup, heels, bags, clothes, very, very, like, I want to look good for myself. But there are also times where I just couldn't care. I can literally go out in my PJs, and I've done that almost. I feel like it's so liberating, it's so attractive. You really feel like you know who you are. And that's how I imagine my future. Honestly, once my counselor was asking me, like, to try to picture yourself in a couple of years, how do you see yourself? When I was a teenager, I was very shy, introvert, like, I was very, very much in my own world. Really, little things upset me. I used to get really affected by comments of people, or by people perhaps neglecting me. I used to feel lonely at times when I used to go to certain events. And that was because I didn't really appreciate and accept who I was. Once you adore yourself, I always keep saying that once you adore yourself, you enjoy your own company. Nothing in the world, no one in the world can make you feel lonely or depressed or unloved. That is a fact for me. I live by that, and trust me, my confidence keeps getting boosted whenever I stay true to myself, and I don't try too hard to get people to like me. Because if you have to try hard to get people to like you, that's desperate, that's unattractive, that's just a very low vibration thing to do. And for example, today itself, I was eating something in a food court, very, very packed with people, and I was all by myself. This is not, I don't normally, I'm not a foodie, but at that point I wanted to treat myself to some junk food, which I did. And there were like a group of people on my right. There were a group of family, around 4 to 5 people, and on my left, like, it was one single table, the large tables where you have many people who can sit. And on my left, there were a couple of classmates, friends, or whatever. Like, they were double dating, I suppose. And they were asking me if they could sit next to me. Of course, it's not my property, so please. And the point of that is that even if they were sounding like they were having a great time, talking, sharing food and whatnot, I never feel ill at ease. I never feel awkward. I never feel like, I feel sorry for myself because I'm not accompanied. I actually enjoy being alone more and more as I'm growing older. It's not that I don't like the company of my friends. I love to be with my friends and loved ones, but I will not go out of my way like to, just to get someone to be with me. And also, what I'm really proud of in myself is the fact that even if there were many instances where there were activities and I didn't have someone to accompany me, but that didn't prevent me from going and enjoying myself and having a great time. And when I talk about that, I think of hiking, obviously, because if I was like people like, no, I can't go because I don't have someone to go with me, I can't go alone, I'm afraid, I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed, or whatnot, then life is going by and I would miss those extremely, perhaps one of the best days of my life. So, a little recap, a little summary of what I'm trying to say. I feel like many people they place all kinds of pressures on themselves, all kinds of deadlines on themselves, and they're always comparing their journey to other people's journey. If you want to be unhappy in life, then that's a perfect recipe. Like keep comparing your life to other people's life. If other people are buying a car, you will feel like you need to buy a car. If other people are getting engaged, you will feel like you need to do that. If other people are getting a promotion, you will feel like you're a loser. But who are you to compare yourself with other people? I mean, God created you unique. You are unique. And if you don't realize it, who else is going to realize it that you are unique? Of course, I know that it's very like in today's fast-paced materialistic world where we feel like we have to get it all, we don't have the right to fail, we don't have, especially as a woman, I feel like even if women have a lot more freedom today, women are a lot more empowered today than perhaps ever before, but sometimes we feel like we need to be good in everything. We need to be able to drive, cook, clean, get married, have romantic relationships, climb the success ladder, the career ladder, be thin, be beautiful, and so many things. But honestly, I feel like with age, life just gets more beautiful. You start to really like that is something very, very, very important. It's not like I used to take life for granted. I was never the kind of person to take the good things and people in my life for granted. As far as I can remember, I've been a very grateful person for no matter what went on in my life. I tried to always be grateful. But if there is one thing that I keep learning each day where I'm growing older, is that you should also learn to, it's good to hustle, it's good to be ambitious, it's good to have goals, it's good to plan and want to achieve things in life, but it's also very important to be content with what you have right now. Like a little anecdote that I want to share before ending, like when I was a kid, like I remember that people long ago, our grandparents, our uncles and aunts, they were not very educated, they were not very rich, they didn't have, some of them were not even working, most of them were illiterate, they didn't know how to write or read. But one thing that they had, like no matter, even if they were not super rich or comfortable, they had that moment where they just perhaps learned to let go and be in the moment, like sit on a bench, look at people, relax, sit under a tree, something that is doesn't require you to spend a huge amount of money, but just sometimes to sit back and just watch life go by. That's so beautiful and it's so beneficial. It's so therapeutic. How do we say that? It's a kind of therapy, actually. My grandfather used to have a store, a shop, and he and his friends and local, people in the locality, they used to sit on those, like in front of the store and just look at passerbys. My grandfather used to tell me when I was feeling stressed, so he always told me, like, come and watch and just look at people, look at life going by, and that will help you. So at the end of the day, maybe he was right. Sometimes just doing simple things and letting go can do wonders to your morale. So that's the point of my video. I hope that someone has been able to gain something from it, and I'm very happy to be producing content for my channel as far as possible. So take care, good evening, and lots of love and peace to you.